Welcome to our first mini lesson on sorting equations of circles 1. At this point, you should have already received back your pre-assessment, the document titled Going Round in Circles. Each one of you should have at least one comment from me giving you an idea of where to focus while we're going through these lessons over the next couple of days and how to extend the problem that you already have on your paper if you happen to have been on the right track. So read through those comments that I left for you. There is no score attached to this document, but read through the comments so that you know where to put your focus over the lessons that I give to you over our class discussions and when you are communicating with your classmates. Before we get into the lesson, let's go over our objective for our goal. Here we are using the Pythagorean theorem to derive the equation of a circle given the center and the radius. So I'm going to give you some information on the Pythagorean theorem, which we should be familiar with, and how that relates to the equation of a circle, which we should also be familiar with at this time. Now, as you're looking over these resources, there are two things that you need to focus on because you need to have answers to these questions when we come back as a whole group. First is, how does your understanding of the Pythagorean theorem help you derive other important mathematical formulas? In this case, it will be ultimately the equation of a circle. Also, what information is critical to graphing circles? So what do we need to know in order for us to, 1, graph a circle, and 2, write the equation of a circle? So our standard here says that we need to be able to derive the equation of a circle given the center and radius using the Pythagorean theorem. So you can see how our objective and our essential questions are all coming straight from this standard. As you know, we always have an SMP to focus on. In this case, we're looking at SMP 6, where we need to attend to precision, and SMP 7, where we are looking for and making use of structure. So in this case, we should see that all circles follow the same pattern, and once we know that pattern, we should be able to derive the equation of any circle that we are given. So here I'm going to have you watch a short video on how we get to the distance formula as it relates to the Pythagorean theorem. So the distance formula itself was not part of our standard or was not mentioned in the standard, but after this video you'll see how it relates back to our objective and our standard. So if you will pause this video, type in the URL that you were given there, and watch that video relating the distance formula and the Pythagorean theorem. Alright, so at this point you should have some understanding of how the Pythagorean theorem and the distance formula are related to each other. If you still want to read up a little more, I have provided an additional link down here at the bottom of the page that you can pause this video again and read through those examples. Now the next video is where we're now going to take and relate the equation of a circle to the Pythagorean theorem. Now since the distance formula is related to the Pythagorean theorem, and the Pythagorean theorem is related to the equation of a circle, you should be able to always connect the distance formula back to the equation of a circle as well. So here at the bottom of your screen, you will see another YouTube video. This one is uploaded by Khan Academy, which happens to be a great resource. If you still need some extra support on the equations of circles, you can always visit Khan Academy and work through some of their lessons. So I've given you a little bit of background on how the Pythagorean theorem and the equation of a circle are related. So now when we gather back as a whole group and we discuss our essential questions, Make sure that you have some thoughts to add to the discussion on 1. How does your understanding of the Pythagorean theorem help you derive other important mathematical formulas? And remember, like I said, in this case, that would be the equation of a circle. And then 2, what information is critical to graphing circles? And don't forget that our standard and our objective will help you answer both of those questions.